Here you go.
Hey! What did I just say?
Put this furniture back and get ready for dinner.
I've decided something. I decided that I want us all to start studying the Bible together.
What? You mean you want to become a priest?
Come on, Rick.
Hello, it's me, Jake.
And it's me, Jake's wife.
What's your name?
Oh, it's not Jake's wife.
I don't think so.
My parents would have had really, amazing
like
talent.
foresight.
I'm Kristyna, guys.
That's Kristyna, and we are talking about Jehovah's Witness stuff.
We sure are.
Yeah. Today we're going to. We're both married. I think that was established with the wife thing.
Yeah.
We were in Jehovah's Witnesses together. Now we're out together. Various hard to.
We can neither confirm nor deny what's actually going on.
There's a lot of talk and accusations, and we can't really comment on that. But thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking about a weird Jehovah's Witness marriage drama. It's a drama about the dangers of being seduced into the real estate industry.
I hate when that happens. It's always happening to me. It's really weird.
And I appreciate this movie, and I think it is a film, really, even though it's broken up into 3 parts, like a serialized drama. I appreciate.
One might call it a drama.
One might, and in fact, they might so hard that they did.
Yeah.
And how are we sounding, by the way? I changed a microphone setting, so I want to make sure we sound sexy.
It's not like you said, I'm stoned and sexy.
Stoned and sexy. No, that's not true. Just one of those things is true. I'll let you guess. And we're going to talk about, yes, Remember the Wife of Lot. We watched part 1.
Yes.
But if you haven't seen that, links will be in the description. And all you need to know is it's like a serialized series of issues with this married couple, one who's supposed to be the good witness family, but they have some problems. And another family, the one from the introduction, which was just straight lifted right from the Watchtower video, is like a new family that's starting to join Jehovah's Witnesses. But it's also New Year's Eve.
It is New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. I think we're going to hang with some people, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, me and Danny, XJW Caleb, did a stream reviewing everything that happened in 2023 for Jehovah's Witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
There was, Anthony Morris was removed. Before that, 2 new governing body members were added. All the crazy convention stuff, the beard thing, doctrinal changes. I talked enough about that stuff. What stands out to you this year?
I think for me, it was definitely the removing of Anthony Morris.
Yeah.
I think as a PME witness, that would be calling all kinds of questions to mind, and the only answer that you would get from another witness is, well, we don't need to know why. It just happened.
Yeah.
And as humans, we're just curious creatures. So, why shouldn't I ask that question?
Yeah.
It's going to be a question that comes to everybody's mind. So, yeah, that was definitely the biggest part for me.
Yeah. And they have only addressed it that one time and then never really directly again.
Mm-hmm.
What was
you guys? Peach and Bo are in the background chasing each other.
They are. If you duck your
cute.
head, you can see Bo. Do you want to duck your head? Let's see if we can get him in. Yeah, there he is. He's just hanging out up there. And we do want to shout out chat. If you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching this in the future, this is just kind of a chill hangout. We usually shoot the shit and watch something and pause it way too much every 2 seconds.
So if you're watching this in the future, I don't want to see any comments in the comments
that
say you guys are talking too much. You need to pause it less often.
Let me tell you
something.
something.
Because if you really, really want to watch the entire drama without any interruptions, this is not the place for you.
Let me tell you something. I've been doing YouTube for 3 years now. I'm pretty inoculated to YouTube comments. I don't look at them as much, and I don't get as mad. Kristyna absolutely reads your comments.
Righteous indignation.
And it is righteous. It is righteous. And I want to shout out Simply Lore for saying you guys look glowing. That's just the ring light, but also
I will take credit for that. I'm not giving credit to a ring light.
For me, I know that without the ring light, I look somehow even pastier.
Well,
we're not talking enough. Actually, talking more shit. Okay. Well, our Christmas was chill.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say that because we've been doing some holidays allegedly.
Allegedly, that is the case. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we kind of kept it chill, but we're finding our own traditions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we like to join forces when you've got a hot take on something, or there's some kind of marriage.
Emphasis on the hot.
Emphasis.
Right?
Hey, all of your takes, they're not gold, I'll say that. And I also have like a fun announcement later in the teaser I have a teaser later in the stream to show about a cool thing that I'm working on.
This is Jake's first time streaming. Just
yes,
so everybody knows.
Bear with me as I get used to saying words out loud in real time and hearing the sound of my own voice. Okay, but I think we're going to get into a film that has a great deal of significance to us as a couple. This was coming out at the convention when we got together.
That's true. That is the convention that you asked me on a date.
I asked you on a date. What'd you say?
I said,
yeah.
Yeah, right.
And so then cut to a couple years later, I tried again. She said yes. No.
No, I said, about time you asked me out.
That is what you said.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cute. I was like, well, I'm sorry. I'll back out of this. It did take me too long. You're right. So I backed out 2 years later, tried again. You still said yes.
There's a lot of backing out of things.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Hopefully that's not a pattern for our future.
Are you hot?
I'm very hot.
It's extremely hot, right? Should we turn on the air conditioning?
Yes, we should. I'll do
Oh, you sure?
that.
Okay. All right, let me get this video ready here. Remember the Wife of Lot, part dos. And if you have not seen part one, this is a very weird one. They've only done this one other time, but basically they debut their live action dramas, these weird cult movies that they make that are specifically made for Jehovah's Witnesses. They're like lifestyle movies. It's like the Christian, like God's Not Dead type of movies, but
It's almost like a Hallmark movie.
yeah, it is. It's like if Hallmark was exclusively trying to appeal to one religious demographic. So
instead, they are trying to get all the religious demographics.
yes, Hallmark wants all of the religions under the thumb of big greeting card, but Jehovah's Witnesses are pretty singularly focused. Hot in Ohio news upcoming this February.
Honestly, amazing.
We also talked about how much makeup the lead person in the drama has on. Joelle points out. I think that was noted.
Yes, she does have a ton of makeup on. It's crazy.
Yeah, she looks very made up. But there's not a moment at the end when she has less makeup after she has
come back to
Jehovah, so to speak, and become less worried about material possessions.
She's made up as a character, and she's made up with her makeup.
But has she made her mind up to serve our Lord and sweet summer Christ, Jehovah?
We will have to watch the movie, film, drama, what have you.
That's right.
To figure that out.
Where last we left our heroes, I believe that I don't know, basically the good family, and you're going to see a lot of broad stereotypes. Let's take that as a given going in. We're going to try not to get into that.
I can't promise it.
I want to stay in my lane personally. I don't want to. For the first time ever, I'm going to show restraint. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we're going to mute it while it's playing, so there's not feedback on the microphone.
Previously on Remember the Wife of Lot.
What the hell was I doing? Doing a recap. There is a previously on. All right.
I forgot that it's actually Hot in Ohio coming this February.
It really is.
Literally a sitcom.
We need to, I need to figure out whenever you're next on the stream, I need to make a previously on thing like this with like the chimes and everything. Okay.
Oh man.
That's just a mental note for later. I'm going to let the previously on play out.
We wanted to invite you, all of you, to the hall this Sunday. We have a special speaker.
We'll have to talk about that.
The safest road is to get a good job with a good company.
Yeah, but should we be pushing Anna and Tina to succeed in this system?
We are living at a time when it is vital that we do not look back in a figurative sense.
Ah! Ah!
Oh.
Whoop.
Whoop.
I was playing Zelda this morning, and all the characters just have little like, whoop.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh.
Ha ha. Okay, yes. So I wasn't paying attention to that. Hopefully it wasn't important.
It's the previously on.
Previously on.
Leon.
I wanted to say, I wanted to shout out this comment because we definitely did the same thing.
Yes.
We definitely watched this more than once on purpose because
it's supposed to be good for you.
It's good for you.
It's
it is
like vegetables.
It really is. Yeah. It's like eat your vegetables for witnesses. If you're going to throw in a movie, maybe throw in a witness movie. A little something that might bring honor to God.
Honor to my family.
And honor to your family.
family.
And honor to, the family, specifically staying in the apartment that your family currently lives in and never trying to move anywhere else. That's a big theme of it. It's a lot about like striving after material things. Okay.
Brian, this dog is going so well. You gotta join us.
Thanks for thinking of me, Henry, but I can't accept it.
Why not? This is a good opportunity. And you need more income.
You seem confident, Henry, but I'm sorry, I just can't accept it.
You don't trust my investment strategy. That's it, isn't it?
Just say so.
Look, you...
I agree. We think she looks fetching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she might be made
My
up,
words.
but she looks great.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Yep. She's serving looks for sure.
Not God, but serving looks.
That's right. No, at the expense of God, she is serving looks.
Yeah.
This guy is turning down a job, I think, because it would take him away from the congregation.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If your boss is like, hey, I just need you to work one extra Saturday a month and I'll give you $9,000 extra a week, you're supposed to say no, because on Saturday, that's when I go out and service.
Because I give gifts to God and not to men.
That's right. I give the gift of the Spirit to my wife when I give her the marital due. That's what it means to give my gift.
Yikes.
I don't know.
I do apologize on behalf of Jake.
Here's the thing that's happening with me is I'm on ADHD medicine for the first time ever this week, trying to take care of myself in 2024. I've never gotten any kind of medication for it, and it is making me be weird.
I would agree.
Not funny, but weird.
You have less of a filter than you already do.
That's weird.
Marital do.
You're part of the problem.
You already know I think your latest investments are risky. And no, I'm not going to gamble my meager funds, but that's not it.
Brian, these days, we've got to risk money to make money.
Don't you understand that?
Even if there weren't any risk involved, I can't accept a job offer that's going to take so much of my time and money.
Brian, I don't get it.
All you have to do is sacrifice a little time for a couple of years, and you'd have all the money you need.
Henry, I hope it works out for you, okay? But I can't accept, all right? Just say hi to Jennifer for me, okay? All right, bye.
We want to figure out the details.
Did that say Janice? Yeah.
Janice Business Collage. Is that how you pronounce it?
I cannot comment on that because it will come out.
Janice.
Right.
Okay. Janice. I wonder if that's a reference to someone in the organization. You know, sometimes like they'll put
Easter eggs.
Yeah, they'll put like references to the cast and crew in a movie. Is this like, hey, brother Janice is our boom operator? Want to shout him out? Yeah. Okay. She's doing real estate classes. Actually, I'm gonna let it play.
Yeah,
you let us know in chat if you can.
All right.
Just
say hi to Jennifer for me, okay? All right. Bye.
Oh, he has a list.
Whoa.
Who's that? Your client?
That was just your brother. He wants to get me involved in one of his investment businesses, but I don't have time or money for that.
Well,
it just
I think we need to invest our money.
Oh no,
into
I think it was
something
just
more
another
smart.
variation.
Your client?
That was just your brother. He wants to get me involved in
Wait
one
a
of
minute.
Brother.
This came up last time. There's subtitles. we don't need to have any marital arguments about subtitles and what somebody said in a movie. I genuinely can't, folks. We don't have headphones.
Your client?
That was just your brother. He
Damn
wants to
it.
get me involved in one of his
Son of a
investment
bitch.
businesses. I don't have time or money. for
Shit.
that.
Well, I think we need to
This is why
invest
you
our
have to
money
put
into
your
something
phone
more
on.
secure, like
Yeah.
real estate. And we need to move across the town where we can network with more influential people.
Networking.
Is this your mom's idea? Because we can't afford this. We're already too much in debt.
Well, look, we
They are living in a fucking
can mortgage this place.
They are living in a fucking picturesque IKEA apartment. This is insane. If we lived in a place like this,
Oh, we would be in debt too.
well, we'd be trying to,
Apparently they are.
and we'd be trying to settle in for the long haul. I can tell you that. We wouldn't be trying to be getting a bigger place. How much room do they need?
Apparently a lot, because his office is the size of a shoebox.
Well, that's true. That's true. I feel like there's no reason why he couldn't sit on the couch and do his work, quite frankly.
You do it all the time.
I do. I do indeed. A lot of times I sit right here, as a matter of fact. I like this part.
Why are you all dressed up like this? Are you going on service?
I'm going to real estate classes.
What? You don't talk about this. Why?
Like,
If you made more money, I wouldn't have to.
Excuse me?
We've never gone
Lady.
without. Gloria, wait.
This
Excuse me, young lady, you're taking real estate
Do you have
classes?
cash? I need it for
funny comedic beat. She leans back in like, also going to give me money. Because wives, they do be shopping. Women, you have to admit. And even they're always wanting more money. And then they leave for 2 seconds. They come back and they're like, hey, you got any cash?
I do that all the time.
It happens multiple times every day.
Yeah.
I go, hey, why are you dressed up? Are you fucking crazy? What's happening? You going out in service?
And I'm like, I haven't gone out in service in 2 years.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, that's why I'm confused and upset. What are you doing? And a lot of times you're like, this is not even a weird way to dress at all.
No.
Yeah. For a witness, this is just what they're supposed to be wearing.
Although, if she's going to business classes, I don't think that you'd be wearing business attire.
In real estate school, yeah, I don't know.
I feel like if you're going to school, you're just wearing like regular clothes.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's sound off in chat. Anybody who's a real estate agent, please let us know. Thank you. Big money job does come up.
You.
Yes, from Luke.
Big money
We
job.
appreciate it. Let's see if we can. I don't remember. Did we hear the big money job part last time?
I can't remember.
Nobody. Check out the description for details. Gloria and her husband Brian, and there's this guy, there's Joe. And it's Joe. Mary.
and Joseph.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
Mary and Joseph. Tina, Anna, and featuring Ricky and Arthur.
And Ruby. Don't forget Ruby and Uncle. Uncle doesn't have a name. He's just
Uncle and Brother Williams. You don't get a first name. Hey, remember this from the intro? What a good intro that was. That's the
Hey,
feedback
boys.
situation, by the
I
way.
just heard your dad pull up. Start getting ready for dinner.
Do people actually go do hacky sack?
Not in the middle of the
Hey,
living
boys.
room of their house.
Hey, babe.
How's it going?
Oh, all right. How you doing?
Good.
What a day.
Well,
Hey, dinner's
we'll-
gonna be
we
ready
speak-
soon, so
we
go
speak
wash up,
early
okay?
what happens.
I'm just
All right.
bracing for impact. I'm like,
Guys, you want to wrap
Is
this
it gonna
game up?
happen?
Let's get ready for dinner. Here you go.
idiot.
Hey! What did I just say? Put this furniture back and get ready for dinner.
hacky sack in the house.
You little shits. Okay, we talked about this last time, but supposedly Joe is supposed to have this character arc where he goes from being this rageaholic anger machine to being a nice witness who bottles their rage and just preaches harder at people. But this guy is not very good at portraying the anger thing. No. And in this instance, I think if the first thing that happens when you walk in the door is your teenage son hits you in the face with a hacky sack, you're allowed to be like, hey, what the fuck?
And then if I were Joe, I would pick up that hacky sack and I'd throw it in my kid's face and be like, that's what it feels like. That would be true rageaholic.
I'm about to say, yeah, you know, I think you could conjure up some bigger rage than Joe here. Sleepy Joe.
Something important we got to talk about tonight.
Joe-nomics. I won't get started.
So,
Thank you.
what did you want to talk about that was so important?
I want us to join a cult.
All right. Okay. Look, I've decided something.
It's true.
I decided that I want to, well, I want us all
Wow.
to
It's already
start studying the
explained.
Bible
Really-
together.
It truly is
What?
about to be Jover.
You mean you want to become a
Over.
priest?
Come on, Rick.
Dumb.
It's Jehovah's Witnesses,
Ooh.
isn't it,
ADHD
Dad?
medicine?
I borrowed
Ain't
your
got,
book.
ain't got nothing on you.
I liked it.
I'm just like my
Well,
old
I think
self.
it's a good idea. You know, I really like those
I'm
people.
focused on my
And it
puns
seems
now.
to be helping you, Joe. You
I
seem
don't know
so
if
much
that's good or
happier.
Yeah. No, yeah, I am. So, like I said, that's what I decided.
Why?
But I really want us all to
Why
be
is
in
it that
on this together.
He has to.
All right.
has to
So,
decide this. She has
What do you say,
no
boys?
contribution
Dad.
to the decision, and he's like, "This is what I've decided
It's-
for all of us."
It's lucky for Watchtower that this family miraculously also abides by witness family headship rules,
Yeah.
where if the husband decides we're all doing this thing no matter what, too bad.
It's actually very.
I think he actually might survey the family, but
I think it's very interesting how stereotypical they can be, but also very in tune with how cultural like marriage and family arrangements take place. Like you have the Hispanic family where it's dominated by the masculine
they
energy.
like more of a more commonly patriarchal.
Yes.
Like they're like more like generally like Catholic, and
Mhm.
I think that is part of this too. Is that they believe in the Bible and they believe in God.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so there's a lot of happenstance that has to happen for a person to join Jehovah's Witnesses. And
It's like the stars have lined up for them.
they knocked up the pins and now they're just going to set them down.
They knocked him up, huh?
They knocked him up.
Not knock him out. Not knock.
Not set him up, knock him down. Knock him up, set him down. That's what I do, man.
Oh boy.
Jover. Wow.
right.
I'm Ricky right now.
The way that you know it's not a cult is the whole
Oh, Rick.
family has to hold hands creepily before joining the faith. Come here. Don't leave your husband hanging. We're going to that boring business meeting again. I don't know about that.
Okay. You have no room to criticize.
I mean, and we
I
can
love
see
her hair. It's so pretty.
she's living her best life, enjoying her job. And the only problem is that her husband is a fucking wet blanket who won't let her do
Well,
anything fun.
Again, we have the Asian culture of like male dominated patriarchy, right?
Do you think that that's Watchtower's interpretation of that culture, though? Like they're kind of playing into some cultural stereotypes?
Well, that's
Is
what
that
I'm
you?
saying.
I
But-
see, yeah.
But then also, both of these cultures are patriarchal.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they definitely are playing. Hey, I'm distracted by my wife. She's so pretty. Look at her.
Oh, thank you.
They knocked up Joe.
So I feel like not only from a JW standpoint is the husband jealous and feels like his position is not being respected as head of the house, but also it plays into cultural dynamics.
Yeah, they definitely like to try and tailor make their dramas to different demographics, like we saw with the drama earlier this year. No. You can listen to our commentary, which is about all of Africa, which as we all know, every single country is the same in Africa. So
It's all the same.
that was the lesson that they were getting across there.
Yeah, it's me.
He's just sneezing at this.
She is. She's
Gloria.
coughing.
What is all of this?
Some new things that I pick up today. I made my first sale today. Aren't you happy?
Yeah, that's great. We need the extra income, but it looks
Why
like
is
you
he
spent
so
it already.
freakish? What is
Few
with his
things.
face?
Uncle told me that
You're
I
like,
have to look
Whoa.
professional.
I mean, that's great.
If I want to move up and attract the right type of upscale client, I have to look the part,
Doesn't
But
she look
Gloria,
older
I
than
thought you
him,
were
by the
doing
way?
this just to get a little extra income
Oh,
for our
I don't know.
necessities.
I think they look the
How much
same age.
time are you planning to spend on this?
As much as it takes.
Interesting.
You can be successful by working less.
We
Well, I
already
assume
have a very
working
full
less.
schedule.
By working less, duh. I find this so annoying. You know, it's like I think that this does speak to a real issue. Like, let's say that what's happening is she's becoming Pima, which is not true, but for the world of the drama, but like it does create tension because when you, as they probably got married when they were already witnesses, which means they had an expectation. This is what our life is going to be. For most like normal married couples, it wouldn't be like a big deal to for someone to be like, hey, I'm going to take some classes so I can get a better job and, you know, provide for the family more. I will feel more secure. There's no harm in it.
Right.
But no, that can't be normal. Notice she's sneaking in because she knows he's going to get on her ass about everything. That's what people do when they don't want to lecture from an abusive partner. Absolutely. No, did we miss a super chat? I'm sorry. Holy shit, you're totally right.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
I did miss this, but thankfully YouTube chat saved it.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way. And if you want to know what the whole LE debacle is, I don't know. I don't even know what those letters could possibly mean.
left turn exit.
Yeah. Left exit debacle. I made it right.
Spiritual
Made it
routine.
right.
Yes.
We have to make sacrifices for what's most important in life. You know that. This new job, I'm worried. It may mean sacrificing time we should be spending on spiritual
like
things.
how he's
What about your
approaching this
pioneering?
whole thing because it's
What
not
about
even
it?
like they're having a
come on, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's not even like they're having a conversation. But I mean, she's also not helping the situation because she's putting on a he's talking to her. So I feel like
that's why it's so ridiculous.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like his approach to it is so insincere and like dismissive of her, but then she's dismissing him in return, and he is blaming it on her that this whole thing is transpiring,
Yeah.
but they're both at fault.
You could be like a Dr. Laura Schlesinger from the 90s, but for this couple, you know, you could be like a marriage counselor for JW marriage. That's what we should do. That's what we should do.
For counseling. So.
Is that what it is? I assumed it was real estate classes and it was just taking a really long time.
Yeah, you missed it because I'm not dressed up like in a blazer and a really cute dress.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you look plenty cute now. Okay, we're gonna see some ministry. I remember this part being really well done. I remember the actor who comes to the door really nailing it. So I'm gonna really bask in this performance.
Bask in the glow, man.
Baskin Robbins.
Oh, you haven't muted or?
Oh shit! Come back.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, you people again? Look, don't you have real jobs?
I think
I have a real job, and you keep waking me up. Okay.
I'm sorry, Frank. Forgive us. We didn't mean to upset you, man.
Joe?
Does it really?
Yeah, it's me, Joe.
I didn't even recognize
He's too good of an
you,
actor
man.
to be a
How you doing,
witness.
Joe?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Sorry.
Frank?
I'm good. It's been a while.
God, it has. We used to work together back in the day.
When was the last time we saw each
I
other?
think it was that time we were hauling that lumber.
Oh, when we were loading it, and then it all fell over in the
all
street.
over the
and-
street.
Oh, we all remember the old
It
word
was
story.
terrible.
What you should
I
have
mean,
saw
they
was
couldn't
how
come up with
mad
a
this
better
guy. I was so
story.
mad, man. You almost
A
see
shared
the fumes
history.
coming out.
Anyhow.
Yeah, that was the old Joe, Frank.
Looks like I got a new Joe here, though. You all dressed up.
Yeah.
Everything. What brings you by?
Well, actually, we have some good news we'd like to
This
share
is
with
what
you.
I'm saying.
Good news, huh?
Vinny.
Okay, I like good news. Well, why don't you come on in? I'll get some beers and we can talk about this good
Okay,
news.
but no thanks on the beers this morning.
Oh, okay. Well, come on in anyway.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny because worldly people are all alcoholics, as we know.
It's all there in the publications.
We like yesterday. I was watching some of these convention videos from this year with Danny, and one of them, once again, hey Sneezy, hello. Once again, like somebody had to imagine what a mixed faith marriage was like. Like, oh, this person married an unbeliever, and now their life's so bad. And it cuts to, of course, the husband comes home from work, cracks open a beer while the wife is on the Zoom meeting.
How dare he?
I know.
How dare he drink something other than water or juice?
Yeah. I mean, have you ever been to a Zoom meeting of Jehovah's Witnesses? You don't want to miss it. It's a blast.
I mean, so much fun that you don't need alcohol.
No.
That's how much fun it is.
Oh, the high comes from the Holy Spirit.
When I would join Zoom meetings, I would definitely be drinking wine out of a mug.
Yeah, that's when I started to think maybe you were having some questions and
I was
'Cause
like,
that-
nobody's gonna know if I'm drinking alcohol in this coffee mug.
But you know what though? Like I do remember when I started being PMO, there was just kind of an unwritten rule that you weren't supposed to drink before the meeting.
Mhm.
Like in our culture, I remember people saying like, well, in France, it's normal to drink wine with dinner. So of course they drink before the meetings, but here we don't do that. Like, okay. But I definitely started intentionally drinking before the meetings when I became
To
PMO
make
at a
it
certain...
a lot easier to get through.
Yeah. I don't know if it made it easier. I think it made it last longer. And that was when I realized I have to just stop going.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic hit, just like I planned it.
You're patient
This
zero.
place is so
Yes,
cool.
it's me all along.
I can
Jane.
make so much money if I close this deal today. Uncle, so proud.
She looks great. I love.
Gloria.
Where are they
You
filming all
make
this
me
stuff? I
so
don't know, like
proud now.
model homes,
I
show
tell all
homes.
my relatives what a
I
big,
it is a
important realtor my
Probably show homes.
What about
Joe?
Did she accept the
I like
internship with your
this.
cousin's business?
That's so specific
so great.
that I know it has to be
I
accurate.
know, Mom. Thank you so much for everything. She starts next
True.
week.
You make me so happy.
There's something else. If I make the
But he
sale
was a servant.
today, I'll have enough to make down payment on the bigger apartment that I told you about, the one on the east side.
The fancy one your uncle's
only
firm
one.
owns?
Yes, that one.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
I know, me too. I can't wait to tell everybody.
Like they look
Mom,
like sisters.
I think my clients are here. I gotta go.
Mother.
Talk to you later, okay?
Okay, okay.
You really are convinced that this lady, that Gloria is old as hell.
Nice.
You're calling her like decrepit and falling apart.
It's
And
very nice.
I just said that she looked older than you.
it's a little ageist, quite frankly. I don't know. I'll let the listener decide. Yeah, I'm assuming nobody's watching this. Glad that we're seeing this all play out. We need to see from the beginning of her handing the guy the contract. He reads it through, signs it, walks out the door. I think we're gonna follow him home next.
Well, if we didn't see all that, then it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, good point.
Agreed.
I don't understand how that could possibly be true when we know that she actually went to classes, so it must be how it works.
Also, the Lord will never.
Good point. Also, I didn't see any comments with the feedback, so I'm keeping it unmuted while it's playing. Just let me know if that's an issue, and I should change it. Oh boy. There you go. He's baptized now. Oh, interesting. Is there like a perception in the organization that realtors are like rich?
I think that's probably true.
Or maybe there's just a
Hi,
perception.
boys.
in-
Congratulations. Thanks, Brother Williams. Thanks so much. And I'm really proud of
That's
them
true.
all.
It's a hard
Yeah,
job.
so am I.
Yeah.
Well, how have you been?
You know, we've been good. It's like Jesus said, we always have enough to pay the bills, and sometimes
We didn't have
even a little extra.
Or
This I hate. Hate this shit.
I know you do.
Oh, we do talk about this a lot.
Yes, yes, we do.
Every month when we, things are tight at some point,
Mm-hmm.
this pops into my head because I'm always like, man, it was like this and we were witnesses. And I think people underestimate just how much little guilt there is and self-blame to everything that you do when you're a witness. I think that's something that I just remember really wanting for you when I woke up, like beyond being on the same page about stuff. I just know that even though it fucking sucks, like the process of leaving and being shunned and like the awkwardness, people texting you in the congregation, and it's obviously just traumatic, but all of that stress is somehow less stressful with hindsight than just every moment of every day wondering, like, am I pleasing Jehovah? Am I pleasing Jehovah? Is this because I'm not doing enough for Jehovah? And like when you have financial difficulties, you start to think, well, all of the publications and videos are telling me that if I served Jehovah, that he would take care and we would always have enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I must be doing something wrong. And that just like that can really drive you crazy.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I think that once you realize that financial problems are a commonality and not because you're not doing enough for Jehovah, you realize how manipulative that point is.
Like the way that the Watchtower still talks about the world, like every convention and every few months or every few weeks of the meeting, they will have talks about materialism, not seeking great things for yourself. Don't strive after riches by going for higher education, all that shit. And it's like in our country, in the United States, the vast majority of Americans do not have even $500 in emergency savings.
Mm-hmm.
Vast majority of people live paycheck to paycheck. It's well over 50%.
If they reevaluated the poverty line, most of Americans would be below the poverty line.
Yeah.
They would not be in a state of financial stability.
And there's been the rate of minimum wage increase as it relates to inflation has just been behind. It just hasn't kept up. So minimum wage now takes you less far than it did in the past. So it's just what they want you to internalize a lot of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to make you feel like you're making some grand sacrifice by being poor, and that trying to work harder to get out of that situation. Not that poverty is some choice or anything, and that you can always just work harder or something. But going to school is increasingly a necessity. It's something that the ways that you're get kept out of jobs is, do you have a college education?
Well, and I gotta tell you, I'm going to school. I'm pursuing higher education, and it's not for riches. A social worker does not get paid enough for what they do. So I'm neither pursuing riches nor pursuing higher education in that sense.
Your dream was, I'm trying to get us both in frame a little bit better. I think the issue is that I just need to scoot a little closer to you. Okay. Sorry, now I'm really close. But I think that the issue, Oh yeah, okay. Hey everyone, my name's Jake. Just getting started on the stream here. You want to do this because even when you're a witness, you would tell me I wish I could be a social worker. That's the kind of thing I'm passionate about. And I wish I could work in that space because I would find that fulfilling. And I have always wanted to be a performer or do something creative. I've always wanted to write fiction. And none of that's really about I want to be rich and famous. It's about I want to do the stuff that I love for a living more than I'm giving meaningless labor to a task that doesn't even pay my bills. Right.
Correct.
But you have to do that as a $7.25 in Jenny's state is minimum wage.
That's horrible.
Well, I remember the supermarket down the street, the Giant Eagle, which is I think it's the local chain, but they're had these signs during the pandemic that was we're starting at $11 an hour. And I'm that is fucking embarrassing. Don't put that on your sign.
Because that's not even a livable wage.
Yeah.
$11 an hour is the starting wage for anybody who's hired on.
Poverty wages, everyone. Sign up today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the federal minimum wage. It's just
it is.
Anyway, we all struggling out here, but not Jehovah's Witnesses, apparently. If you join the group, and I'm sorry, I know we've talked for 10 minutes about this one scene, but this I just hate so much. It causes so much anxiety and guilt, and it's fucking bullshit, and it's really disrespectful to their members who live in less wealthy countries. People, most of their growth is happening in third world countries, which I know is not a great term, but I don't know what the right one is. But
impoverished countries?
In poorer nations, and that's because when you are more impoverished, you are more likely to seek easy answers for complicated questions. you need a community to rely on
Mhm.
to get by. Like the idea that, whoa, there's this community that's going to take care of me. If I need to move, there's people in the congregation that can help me do that. And there's people that can make meals and help me with the kids. Like, you know, not all congregations are warm and brotherly, but some are. Like I was a part of a congregation that was like that. I later learned that part of it is because it's just my family. And I was in a clique, and that actually most people did not have a great experience in that congregation. But anyway, I think like this community thing is appealing.
Yeah. Well, because as humans, we are social creatures. We are looking for belonging. We're looking for a community. We're looking for a safety net. When you don't have any of those things, when you find something that addresses all of those, of course it's going to be appealing. Like you're not going to turn that down. It's going to be something that you pursue, especially if it means that you're getting financial and emotional support along with your spiritual needs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, everybody. We have over 100 people watching us, and it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
we got a bunch of nerds like us who don't celebrate holidays professionally. I just think
is it a profession now?
I think if you grew up not a witness, you can do it professionally. You know what you're doing.
Do you go to business classes for that?
No, but you've put in your 10,000 hours, which is a real thing.
Ricky.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank
I'm
you
so
so much.
happy for you.
Yeah, but hey, I know it's just the beginning.
Really?
Ricky, you're
So what's next?
Actually, I want to learn sign language.
Wow.
Maybe join the congregation, hopefully pretty soon.
That sounds
I love this
exciting.
burgeoning
Good for
romance.
you.
I've been teaching myself
cute,
so
and
far.
he's cute. Yeah.
As
I
far as
can
I've gotten
see it.
is
Why not?
I'm learning sign language, and that's all I know.
That's very important.
I love how they
Tina.
made her look evil. Like she looks like a Disney.
What do you
villain.
Yeah, why are they making
was
her
just
to like be the
congratulating
evil stepmother?
Tina.
This is like
Hi, Gloria.
Hey, Brother
How are
Williams.
you?
Good. I love to talk to you, but I have an appointment. I gotta go.
Oh,
Talk to you later, okay?
oh, okay.
Damn, that
Brian,
lady sucked.
Where's
She
Gloria
wasn't-
going? Is she okay?
She didn't show deference to me, the circuit overseer. Doesn't she know who the fuck I am?
I love how they make her just lean all the way into all of the like worldly stereotypes, like
Yes.
business focused, driven by money, angry, mean, like
Well, it's just so funny because their entire thing is like, look how rude worldly people are.
Yes.
And it's like, no, you reverse Uno card. This portrayal, this weird racist portrayal of the world. It's worldist. You know, it's just like, it's ridiculous. This is how little they think of anybody who isn't in their group. And his reaction to anybody having the audacity to leave their fucking boring assembly early for any reason and not listen to his special fucking dogs. Cringe. Very cringe.
Well, I also think that my take on it is like, if you were in his shoes and she treated you that way, like,
stop being like a therapist or counselor and trying to make me see other people's perspectives. I was born angry like Joe.
Yeah,
I'm never this loud.
And I know you're not. It's shocking. It's shocking my senses. But I feel like his reaction, they're trying to make it very relatable in the sense that, like, if she were to talk to you that way, regardless of who you are, you would have that same reaction.
His face is so funny. She devastated his ass. He is gonna go home and cry.
As he should.
Yeah.
Brian, where's Gloria going? Is she okay?
Oh, she's going.
Yeah, Brother Williams. She had to leave. Gloria's gonna catch the rest of the
I
assembly.
would just
next
like it if
week.
the whole family was super mean to him, and he's just like,
just been
what's
so
happening?
busy with her real estate job lately.
Why?
We needed the extra money. You know, we moved into a better place over on the east side of
I
town,
get
and
money from the branch, so
well, I'm working a little bit more too.
And a car.
I'm just trying to make her happy.
When I get to live
Rent free.
Kingdom Hall and people take me out to meals.
True happiness, Brian.
I don't have to pay my bills. I don't have to pay taxes. I don't even have to pay for my food.
Yeah.
You can't satisfy spiritual needs with material
true.
things.
You are now educated.
I know, Brother
which
Williams,
therefore
but
makes you
this extra
not
stress,
an expert in the
it's
thing
just
you're
temporary.
talking about by witness
Oh,
shit.
I thought it all through. We've prayed about it, and
Glasses.
we've asked for
Making
Jehovah
me
to
bitter.
bless
No, I
this
think it's
decision.
my medication making me a little hyper. And
Now, you know, Brian, Jehovah God cannot bless a decision if it is not in harmony with his will.
I need to make a video about this. This line gets used so much.
What's the line?
The general like folk wisdom is that Jehovah can always bless a spiritual decision, which means he cannot bless a decision that isn't spiritual.
Yeah.
Which means you can do the right thing for the wrong reason. Like when they have videos that are like, yeah, you're an elder, but you got a little heated during that elders meeting. So go fuck yourself.
But can you do the wrong thing for the right reason?
Yeah, because people will say, I got baptized for the wrong reason and I didn't know. It's too young. And they'll say, well, Jehovah can always bless a spiritual decision. That's what I was told when I told my parents I thought I got baptized too young.
Look at yourself. You don't
use
seem
that
happy.
line of reasoning when you're pulled over by a police
What can I do now?
Oh, I
can
went
to
through that
protect
red light
your
for
family
a good
spiritually.
reason.
Jehovah
And
is
to
actually
serve your
blessing my
grounds.
decision to break this law, Caesar's law.
I appreciate the encouragement, Brother
Like
Williams.
Caesar.
You know, it seems like it's been a while since we've been
We
able
gotta
to
get
talk like
Caesar
this.
out of these public schools.
If
You
you're
know,
not
teach
busy,
these young kids about
would you be able to come over and join us for dinner tomorrow night?
Caesar's thing.
No, I would
Yeah.
love to do
Thanks,
that.
Joe.
Why don't you text me your new
Caesar's
address
things.
and the time, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. That sounds good?
I feel like he's hitting on him a little bit.
I look
Yeah.
forward to seeing you tomorrow.
If anybody, yeah, now that you're doing that, I'm like, if a man got that close to me and said that, what other conclusion could I possibly draw? But to kiss him right then and there.
Hey, Mom, can I help with anything?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you get the
take
lens?
real estate classes?
Okay, isn't
Hey guys,
It's the
Williams
scene,
can do it.
everyone! Oh no! I forgot that this is the part of the drama. I actually talked about this in a previous stream like a year or two ago. I think after we went to our first Pride, I was all prided up and I did a stream talking about like homophobic Watchtower stuff. You can look through the video channel. I posted an edited version and it's really bad. So I'll let you pop off on this since I've already chopped it up on the very weird problematic scene. I know that I'm actually just going to talk just as much. I wanted to say that
Thank you.
because it's the right thing to do, but I know it's not true.
And Anna and her friend from the North
I
Foundation
did
is
it
supposed
for
to
the
come
right
too, right?
reasons.
It was a spiritual decision. I hope Jehovah can bless me for this.
Look at him making his.
Okay.
They got high ceilings in this place. This is a big ass apartment. Like this is expensive.
Hey, Brother Williams.
Hi, Tina.
Come on in.
How are you?
Good.
Good
If
to
you
see
are living in this
Brother
place,
Williams,
what's
huh?
the rent? What's the rent in 2023?
I'm
Because
sure it's $1 million.
this would be $1 million
In New York? Yeah.
in New York City, because they are in New York City,
Yeah,
right? I mean, at
I
least
would-
it seems like it is.
I would believe
Well, they're
that's the case.
They're in New York. I don't think it's $1 million a month.
I mean, do we need to look it up? Do we need to look up
No.
statistics?
I don't know why. It doesn't really matter because
it
literally,
matters-
if it's more than like $1,000 a month, it might as well be $1 million to me. So I don't know why I'm bothering.
I'm curious as to what the average rent is in New York.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to start a poll or anything. I just want to go on. I'm going to do Price is Right rules and say $1. So who closest without going over?
Great. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for the
So
invitation.
average
Very
rent
nice.
is
Welcome.
between
Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Brother Williams.
$3,300
I think I get lost.
So if you round up, that's basically $1 million.
So I win. I am the winner of the Price is Right. Come on down. We're closer to $1 million than $1 in that regard.
Yeah. You're not going for any kind of math degree, are you?
How'd you know?
You're getting into social work to help people with their math homework.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like a glorified tutor.
Glorified.
Well done.
I got really excited.
I know you did.
Gloria! Oh!
Jehovah blessed us for our hard work.
Really, it just means longer hours on the
Yeah.
job and more work around the house.
This is what I'm saying. It's huge.
You know, the other day in field service, we passed by your old house. I like that place.
Like if somebody told
I
me this was
remember our nice
$7,000
visits
a month, I wouldn't.
I do
be
too.
shocked.
That was a great place.
Yeah.
Well, Tina, do you want to show Brother Williams
But
around
who
while I
has
finish the coffee?
$7,000
come on in.
to drop on rent when you're in real
Brother
estate and
Williams
you're an
likes the
accountant.
old place.
It got
Like, next
enough
week.
as it did, because Jehovah has provided enough, and it was enough to provide this. You are kidding me.
It all seems very
I'm
nice.
telling you.
Sorry.
What do you think of
We're
this
like-
place, Tina?
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
This actually is this the
honestly,
scene where it's homophobic?
I wish
I
we
don't know
never
that
left
it-
the other
that it is.
place.
I guess
Really?
I
It
just
takes place in
assumed-
that way.
Yes, yes.
This is weird though.
Everything's so different here. Everything has to look good for you to fit in.
Okay.
You have to wear the nicest clothes. You have to drive the most
So a
expensive
million, like we were
car.
saying.
Like we
Everything's-
were saying.
It's
Like we
just-
all agreed earlier.
Oh,
It's just
using
different,
that
that's
passive
all.
Yeah.
word.
You know, I understand.
We.
I was
I
about
don't
your
know what you
age
mean by
when I
that.
lived in the neighborhood, and it can certainly be challenging. But you know what might help? If you set a new goal.
More unpaid
Okay, like
labor
what?
for the group.
Well, what do you think? What interests you?
Real
Well,
estate,
Is he coming
I
on to her?
was thinking of
art,
learning a new language.
music. Not
Really?
everyone is flirting with
That's an
everyone all the
excellent goal.
time.
I think everybody is bi.
I know. All bi people think that. This is so. It's a weird dynamic, though.
Yes.
Like this spiritual leader who they see 3 times a year coming in and sitting alone with their daughter, and because what if she'd said, "Well, you know, the thing I'm really passionate about is art, or the thing I'm really passionate about is politics." Like, what's going to happen then,
Well, you would never.
brother? Whatever your name was.
You would never say, "I'm passionate about politics." To a circuit. That's something that you store in the
Well,
shelf.
that's true. But what if she's thinking that in her brain?
Well, that's all
Yeah,
on her then.
answer that.
That's her problem.
What do you think of Ricky learning sign language?
Oh,
Is
I
he
think
trying
it's
to
really
set them
exciting.
up?
I do too. You know, he is really making the
You know,
truth his own. And if
I
he keeps on
What you think about what
himself,
Ricky's doing?
Jehovah God is going to really
What do you
bless
think
him.
about Ricky learning
Yeah.
sign language?
I was hoping to see Anna. Is
Fucking
Anna here?
Oh,
Ooh, did you have stories about we had a CEO
Mhm.
who said that there were people who kept pictures of attractive brothers and sisters from all over the world in like a photo album so he could play matchmaker and help people get together. So if somebody was discouraged because they couldn't find a mate, the CEO would be like, "Let me show you a little something." You know, probably not just some rando, but like an elder or a servant.
I feel like that's borderline stalking
One of those
and
things.
very creepy if that's the case.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I absolutely believe. I heard it multiple times about the same
I've
person,
Never heard this before.
and but I can't prove it. Damn it! Somebody get your hands on one of these.
Honestly, I'm glad that you can't prove it because I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it.
I don't want to do it. Off books Tinder. It kind of is. It's Kingdom Cuties.
Kingdom cuties.
She's with Kevin.
Kevin? Kevin who?
Kevin's one of our relatives. They work together at a
last name?
pharmaceutical company.
It's one of our
Nice guy
relatives?
and from nice family too.
Tina? Are you okay?
We don't like Kevin
Mm-hmm.
because he's not one
How
of
do you
us.
think Anna's doing?
Why is he grilling her?
I
What,
thought-
what are you interested in?
she's
What do you
going
think about
through
Ricky?
different
What,
things
what do
right
you,
now.
Anna? What is she
We
doing?
invited
What
her
do you
friends
think
over
about what
from
she's
the other
doing?
congregation.
But what's like underrated about this is that, or what could be overlooked about this is training for men in the organization.
Yes.
You know, appointed men like elders and CEOs who do shepherding, who give these one-on-one pep talks, spiritual encouragement to people. You're supposed to look at this and think, this is a good example. And for all the husbands in the movie, both of which we've seen, I guess this guy's a husband, maybe, but they all fucking suck, in my opinion. And I don't think you should try and emulate any of their behavior. Not that they're like scumbags, but it's almost verbally abusive how whiny he is. How he tries to like wear her down by just like, why are you doing this? Oh, but think about Jehovah, think about God.
That's what I
Guilting her constantly.
If I were in this girl's shoes and I had a brother go asking me like 20 questions and
Mhm.
not waiting for my answer for any one of them,
Yeah.
I would feel so uncomfortable, so put on the spot, and so upset because we don't even ask each other questions like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, and you don't talk to your friends that way, and you don't talk to people you don't know that way. So it's just very odd that it just seems so casual and normal.
Yeah. I think it's like we men with the I think it can go overlooked how much like toxic masculinity shit we've gotta work through. I know for my purposes, I started finding a lot of little traits about myself I didn't like thinking back on dramas like this. Like, oh no, do I do that?
That's nice.
That's nice.
But you know,
no.
I have to commend you because you're doing so well spiritually. You're keeping up with your spiritual routine, and you think about learning a new language so you can help out. Keep up the good work. Don't give up. But Tina, we're not going to give up on your sister.
Don't give up on her.
Why all of a
She has the
sudden
potential
are
of being
you
a fine servant of Jehovah.
going to that?
And she has a good heart.
She's
I'm confident that in time,
We-
she's
But
gonna
I
make the
mean,
right
no,
decision.
no, she's not. We're not.
We're not giving up. But we all agree she's really making some big mistakes by trying to
Hanging out
be.
with Kevin Swan's his relative. I don't even know what
This
you
looks
guys.
really good, Anna.
Kevin's
Good job.
one of my relatives.
Really?
Yeah, and like
Hey, we're still behind
she's
schedule
working
though,
in
so
a
I'm gonna have to ask you to work all the time
pharmaceutical
with the rest of the
lab
team,
to, like, develop
just till we get caught up.
medicine.
Okay?
Now,
But I can't
so
tonight. I have a
can't
family
say
dinner I have
anything,
to go to.
but I think scientists
Dinner?
are fucking
Hannah.
cool, and
Oh,
To make it successful, work needs to come
people
first.
doing that shit.
Everyone else is doing it.
Everyone else
is doing it.
That's how worldly people talk.
I'll
Now that
text
I'm
my
out, I
mom
know
and tell her I
that's
can't make it.
accurate.
I
Good.
mean, I can't.
Don't worry,
tell
she'll
you
understand.
How many people
It's not my
I
mom I'm
interact
worried
with
about.
on a
It's my
daily
dad.
basis where they're like,
He doesn't want me working late anymore.
Yeah, the amount of
Fine.
the amount of people trying to get us
I'll
to
cover
smoke
for you.
cigarettes every day.
We're all
and we
working
say
late
yes
anyways,
because
so
smoke is
I'll give everyone a ride home, and afterwards we'll step in for a few minutes, and I'll explain that's all my fault.
Sorry, we haven't
Okay?
checked in with chat in a hot minute.
Okay.
oh yeah, right.
So does this mean we're gonna meet those uptight parents of yours?
They're not that uptight.
I'm kidding. Lighten up.
Hey, Anna's family is pretty
Well,
conservative.
they know everybody in the
So
area.
just be careful what you do say.
This should be interesting.
Oh, that's
Tess,
interesting.
just be nice. Okay?
Good point. If she would have dodged these
Yes!
questions or demonstrated that she was obviously lying in some way, well, then she is the concern.
Yes.
Then the next step she knows is a shepherding call with the CEO and just her parents about what are we going to do to save our daughters from Satan.
Which, nothing in any normal perspective would give you, in my opinion, would make me think that there's something out of the ordinary here.
Yeah.
She's following her passion of science, and her sister's doing whatever she's doing. Like, I don't know. It's too upsetting for me to keep talking.
Yeah,
about
no,
because
it's
so frustrating.
It's like a pressure point for both of us for sure.
I had a really good time tonight. I'm glad Brother Williams could make it.
I think my favorite part was
Yeah, it
when
was very
a
nice.
perfect stranger interrogated
Yeah,
me
you had a good
about
time,
my
too.
life goals and didn't let me
Oh,
take no for an answer.
Anna's home. Hi.
Ah, it is
Ah,
indeed
it's
the
the
scene.
one.
Customary
It's
to take our
fun.
shoes off, so.
To me, it is always
Hey,
the
Kevin's here
scene.
too. Come on in, guys. I know Kevin, but who are your friends, Anna?
Oh, yeah. Mom, Dad, this is Tess and Eric. We're in the
Why
same
did
intern
that
program.
girl
Nice
look
to meet
at
you all.
me?
Come on in and have a seat.
Because they're both gay, so they're gay for each other. Like Dwight's logic in the Gay Witch Hunt episode.
Amazing.
Anna, come here.
Would you like something to eat or drink?
Anna, you missed dinner with Brother Williams tonight.
And then you
And your friend from the
these
North
homos.
congregation, she came too. What happened?
Dad, I know, but
Right,
we
it
had to
doesn't
work
look like
late.
he has a
I sent Mom a
buggy
text.
eye.
Anna, I was trying to do something spiritually encouraging for the family.
Because he's always like,
I
worried
know.
about you,
Like,
honey.
he's always.
Okay, Dad, I'm sorry, but
stressed.
it's
He's
no
always
big deal. It's
giving
just that the new medication we're
DreamWorks
working on,
things.
it goes to market soon. It's really important. It could save people's lives.
No big deal. Anna, first of all, you know only God's kingdom will solve our problems.
medical treatments are.
Even though COVID saved the vaccine for COVID saved so many people's lives, which the governing body.
Oh, well, do your own research on that. Okay, but just kidding. Sorry. I'm not allowed to even pretend to be anti-vax as a joke.
No! That's upsetting.
I just know how to push buttons. Yeah. Like, when they're giving talks, especially to government officials and giving interviews for puff pieces, they're like, how dare people say we don't accept medical treatments? We're very normal about medicine. Their fucking daughter wants to get into developing medicine. Maybe she could develop some bloodless surgery techniques, you know, and actually help the cause. And no, they don't even want their members contributing to the field of medicine unless you are in a support role that you don't need a lot of schooling to do. You know, it's all about, well, that's just going to take you away from the group. And it's just...
how dare you try and develop a medicine when God's kingdom is going to solve all of mankind's problems?
And in the meantime, we'll just kind of mooch off of the world's medicine shit. They're already doing stuff to help us anyway. We don't need
that. You don't need to involve yourself in that.
We didn't need a witness to invent the internet. We just get to have the internet now.
We also didn't need a witness to start the civil rights movement. We just benefited that way too.
It just all worked out, and then we got to pretend that we were right all along.
These kids and your work, it's getting in the way of what's most important.
Dad, these kids are on my team
Oh,
and they understand
respect.
what I'm working on. The brothers don't.
Yeah.
It's way over their heads.
Anna, don't you see they're changing you?
Would you relax? Just go talk to them, okay?
It's not the store, is it? Slow walk. Make sure you see the whole walk over there.
I apologize to both of you. It's my fault that Anna's late today. I asked the entire team to work overtime so we could get caught up on schedule. But just to let you know, she's doing really good. And we really do enjoy having her on the team.
She's doing well.
Okay. Thank you.
Take it.
Not just that, she's working with some good people. Tess
people.
and
I was
Eric,
almost going to say
they're some of the best up-and-coming talents we have in the field.
Your parents must be really proud of you. Well, my moms are both really proud of me.
My mother's very proud.
My moms are both very proud of me.
Oh, wait. Well, let's make sure we get... I paused it right in the middle of her saying... No, that was me. I paused
Really
it.
proud of you. Well, my moms are both really proud of me. I was raised by two wonderful women, you know, life partners.
The thing that gay people use. They love that term.
Okay, first of all, the emphasis on my moms.
My mom's.
And, you know, life partners.
You know, they kiss and adopted me because they are my mom's gay style.
I don't know, like that whole, it's such a cringy point to bring into this video.
Yes.
Like this video is already cringe to begin with, and then you're gonna make a point of like her parents being gay. Like, why the fuck is that even a plot point in this whole thing?
Because they need to portray realistic scenarios. As a witness, you're going to have to stand up for your bigoted beliefs that some people deserve to die in Armageddon. And you need to stand firm in the face of the children of loving gay parents trying to say, hey, stop invalidating my existence and my parents who I love just as much as your daughters love you.
What should have happened is there shouldn't be, and I'm saying this with sarcasm, so I really hope people understand this.
I feel like you're laying it on thick.
There shouldn't be any gay people, because then gay people won't adopt parentless children, and there should just be orphans running around.
Clip it, send it to Jordan Peterson immediately. We got her. We got her on tape. No, I think
like this girl, whoever she is, could be in an orphanage until she's 18, and then group homes until she like, there could be worse things for her to have experienced than to have two moms.
she has parents who she loves, but they, you know, they want and need to train their members to stand firm and protect their bigotry. They need to train members. This is how you denounce a gay person. But if you notice, they never actually make it a gay person. It's always somebody whose parents are gay or whose friends are gay. You know, it's in the Caleb and Sophia video, it's mommy. Some girl in my class has 2 mommies, and for some reason it's always mommies. Although later in this, I think it was at the end of the first video, the mom is watching some TLC show and it has a gay couple. And Gloria's like, Mom, those men are gay. You're not supposed to enjoy content from gay people in any way, shape, or form. And that's kind of what they're doing here. They're like, if you see this, no, don't have sympathy. Don't start to think, oh, maybe I'm wrong. You're right. They're wrong for not being disgusted by their own parents.
I think that they're taking a rule out of the playbook with that Simpsons episode where Homer is afraid that Bart will be gay just by associating with feminine things, but it's fine that
Lisa does
masculine things.
Yes. It is this weird thing in culture that like dads will be. This is why it's annoying when fathers will be like, I can't be a misogynist. I have a daughter. Like, sorry, shitty dads exist. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's one of the. It's the dad in this is like, oh, 2 moms. Well, Anna can't be around that because she might become gay too and think that it's okay to
oh my God,
have a relationship with another woman.
She's associating with people who are related to gay people. Next step, gay city choo choo. You'll be saying gay shit like that I just said. You'll be saying stuff like that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But yes, when you see his response, I think you will see that what we have said is true.
Oh, yeah. You know, my assistant Marty, I recently found out that he's gay.
You say that like there's something wrong with it. Do you have a problem?
Tess, don't do this.
Why? There's nothing wrong with being gay.
No problem. We're really good at being homophobic.
We live by the Bible's moral standards.
Oh my gosh.
But we don't force our beliefs on other people, and we don't judge anyone either.
But you do think being gay is wrong.
Eric,
we don't judge anyone, but when she said 2 moms, he went, excuse me, young lady. So let's
it's like,
take it more cringe.
It's like, I remember this example of my dad and the CO at the time going door to door, and they got to his house, and this young guy opened the door, and the guy said to them like, oh, religion, you know, I dislike religion because of how they treated my uncle when in the church that he associated with because he's gay. What do you think about that? And the circuit overseer said, well, we don't dislike, or we love humans, we love people, but we don't necessarily like their lifestyle. And as a PME witness, I was like, that is a great way of avoiding having to answer the question. But now that I'm
worked on me, so it might work on someone else.
But now that I'm awake, I'm like, that's just a underhanded way of saying our morals are more superior than yours.
Yeah.
Because you think it's okay to have a gay lifestyle, which it's not a lifestyle, that's their identity. It's bad all the way around.
Yeah. This is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Never let them trick you with their, we don't hate anybody. They have to hate what is bad. They have to hate what Jehovah hates.
Mm-hmm.
What does Jehovah hate? He hates homosexuality.
Yep.
And for witnesses, homosexuality means anything that's not straight. So that includes like asexuality and bisexuality and non-binary people and trans people existing. It's just, you're bad. If you're not straight and married.
And according to my mom, it's because you have mental issues. You've had trauma.
Yes.
Or you've had a mental, like there's mental instability there.
Oh yeah. That's very
old school.
Very, common in the organization. Well, it's because they were teaching that until 3 seconds ago, and it's not that they overturned it. It's just that they don't teach it anymore. But all that shit's still on the website.
Not genuine either.
But you do think being gay is wrong.
Eric,
he doesn't answer
where we're
it
at.
because he's a fucking coward.
Well,
this
we
worldly guy
believe
bails
there
him
are
out.
standards of
You're
right
welcome,
and
worldly
wrong
guy.
that we should live by.
Thank you.
And God's word says that sex is meant to be between a man and a woman
Oh, yeah,
who are
he's
married to
crushing
each
it.
other.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, sir, but the world has changed.
Honey, maybe we're being too harsh on gays. Some people just seem to be programmed that way.
Some people
Look,
just
I know-
seem to be programmed that way. Good.
It's like we're robots.
Yeah.
Like it's not because that's just who I am.
A real
I was
fucking
programmed that
self-report. That is Freudian almost.
Yeah.
My programming tells me to serve Jehovah.
Not everyone agrees with us, but we all have
I
free
know
will.
not everyone agrees
And God
with
lets
us.
us choose to
What
live
does
by his
that
standards or
fucking
not.
shit mean?
If we go against his
You're a
standards,
bigot.
we end up hurting
Yeah,
ourselves.
your
heart.
He just wants what's best for us.
Because here's the
Anna,
thing.
what about you?
If a gay
Do you agree with your
person
father?
or anybody who's a part of the LGBTQ community were to study the Bible with them, the first thing that they would discuss is you can't practice homosexuality.
Yeah.
You can't have a gay lifestyle.
And what do we say to that? I don't practice. I'm perfect at it. I'm a professional.
I'm a professional. I like it.
No, I just like this shit makes me so mad. He just wants what's best for us. Well, what does that mean? Let's ask a fucking follow-up question to this
Well-
dingbat. That means that he thinks what is best for this young woman whose parents are gay is for her parents to get divorced
Yeah.
and live in celibacy
Mhm.
for an undetermined amount of time because who knows when the end's coming. And then in the new system, Jehovah will fix you. You got to do some work for yourself too, by the
and
way.
Here's the thing. If a parent wants to do what's best for you, they're not going to be putting down like unfollowable rules, right?
Yeah.
They're going to create an environment where you can thrive as a person and to develop who you are. And if you are LGBTQ, a part of that community, and you are queer, you would you would thrive in an environment where there are boundaries that would enable you to be that person, not boundaries that would keep you from being that person.
Yeah.
That's not what a parent does. That's so when you say he just wants what's best for us,
Yeah.
he would take into consideration that not all of us are straight,
Mm-hmm.
not all of us are bi.
You have to take reality into the consideration of what's best.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're creating an environment that's oppressive.
Yeah.
And a parent wants what's best for their child in the sense that they see who that child is and they are going to do whatever they can to allow the person to grow and thrive.
You know what made me feel a little bit better about that? We got a little tip for our lifestyle. Yeah, now the word being part of the lifestyle has a very different connotation,
Mhm.
but they probably would still use it.
Yes.
All right, anyway, fuck these people.
Anna, what about you? Do you agree with your father?
Well,
It kind of strikes me that they're almost staging an intervention like, Anna, you're in a cult. You need
We
to
actually
see
have
what
another
your parents
project
are like.
too.
We know
tomorrow.
you don't agree with me.
Probably best that we get going.
wait, at least let me walk you guys outside.
No, don't do that. You'll catch the gayness.
Where I can tell you how I really feel and
Yeah.
the fact that I don't have a problem with this because I can't say it in front of my parents.
Yeah. The most fundamental disrespect.
So this is our Anna's association.
I
Gay people.
think this is making me
like
too
they
mad.
know everything.
Thankfully, it's almost over.
Our Anna believes them.
Our Anna
Our
believes
Anna.
them.
She's our. She's our possession, our gift from Jehovah. We must protect her from the gays.
It might rub off on her.
Yeah, she's
Rub
about
on
to.
her.
She's about to rub off on, something. But this like possessive language that he has,
Mhm.
I understand that normally, if you said, "Oh, my sweet baby," it wouldn't be like weird or possessive. But in the context of generally all this gestures broadly. I think this is revealing that, like, no, this is my daughter. She has to do the shit that we tell her to do.
So I think that the difference, if it was any other context, if you're saying that's my child or that's our sweet whatever, like, it is possessive, but it's not toxic. It's not unhealthy in the possession. Like, you understand that, yes, I birthed that child. She, he, whoever is my child, but you understand that they're also an individual. They're also a different person. And so I feel like this possessive language is unhealthy in this context because it's not endearing. It's controlling.
Yes, it's all about control. And this is a man whose life is spiraling out of control because he can't meticulously control what his seemingly adult children are doing. Like, I don't know, like, his daughter like has this job. It kind of strikes me that they're college age. Am I wrong? Like,
I think that's true.
That's kind of what it seems like. Maybe they're like seniors in high school or something.
But they're definitely not children. They're
They're not like.
Okay, so I think you have all the invoices, right? I gave you all the receipts, right?
Yep.
So normal things that you say to your accountant in the middle of the audit. Or not an audit. But
I'm not lying to you.
Okay,
I'm not
Joe.
fraud. I'm not
Your books are
committing
clean.
fraud, right?
Yeah.
I've
No more
given you
concerns,
everything
and
you need.
Amazingly, you're out of debt.
Amazingly. I don't think so, man. It's like you've always said, if you do things Jehovah's way, right? He'll help us.
Hey, I gotta go.
Like he just ate a sour
You got
lemon
everything.
in
I
his
think it
face.
looks
He's
good.
like,
So I'm just gonna leave. Okay.
Oh, all right. Okay. Hey, Brian. Could you stick around for another minute? There's something I need to talk to you
I
about.
kind of want to give you a shepherding call.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
She was on the other foot.
This movie is just a series of interventions.
Isn't that the life of a JW though?
Is there a particular reason why this conversation had to be
Look,
in a
Brian,
different
I owe you a huge
area?
debt of gratitude.
Come over
man.
here. This is the
I
area
was
where
thinking
talk
back
about
on when we first
this.
started studying. You remember that? I had all
Tables where we
sorts of
do the
issues with
accounting, the
my
couches
life,
where
my
we
family,
do
my
first
business, and my whole life was messed up. And one of the things that you always talked to me about was Matthew 6:24. You remember that? No one can serve two masters. You cannot.
Now he gets to be a condescending kindergarten teacher who's like, do you remember a year ago when you were teaching me Matthew 6:4? You remember that? You remember what that is? Do you remember what the only verse that we ever read said? Like, this kind of shit that witnesses do.
Yeah,
like,
true.
like, you know, your family will send you like, well, have you thought about bad associations, spoils useful habits? It's like, I've thought about nothing else every week of my life for 30 years. What are you talking about? Like, when you're a witness, you can only believe one thing. So anything that anybody is saying to you is just reminding you to follow the rules. This is what you're supposed to believe. And I couldn't help but notice that you're doing something else.
Well, and this is why this part of my personality is something that I have to contend with, in the fact that you are constantly put in a situation where you have to people please to an unhealthy degree. People please because that's what people want.
Yeah.
From you. So the reminder of Matthew 6:24 isn't to remind them like, hey, this is a thing that exists. It's to remind them that you're not pleasing the right people.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. And that's what's so unhealthy. And that for me is a huge thing that I have to overcome now that I'm out, because you are constantly put in a position or put on the spot that if you're not pleasing people and you're pleasing yourself, then there's something wrong.
I think that is something that we are both struggling with, is feeling guilt over just doing something that you want to do that brings you joy because you're supposed to feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
You know, our whole lives we were told to feel guilty about doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, because Anna is doing something that she enjoys, which is
that's my sister's name. So I was like, no, she's not.
no. Anna.
I see. Yes.
So she she's going and she's making her own way in the world. She has a job that pays well. She's good at what she does. She's doing it for herself, and that's wrong because it's putting her in the arms of bad association. She's striving for two masters. Like it's no longer about what Anna wants. It's about the fact that Anna's doing all of these things, and
He has no control over
and
it.
it's neglecting what he expects of her, right?
This is so insightful. Cults need to break down your sense of self-worth in order for you to find your worth in the cult itself. That is so good. Yes, exactly. Guilt equals humility. That is really good. I also think that humility also often means subservience. Like, keep your head down and just do what we're telling you.
Yeah, and then you won't have to experience that guilt.
Yeah.
At least not to that severity. You'll still experience some of it, but it just won't be so severe.
Yeah, exactly. Now, your life's not going to be perfect, but the last thing I wanted to say about this is that, because Jenny and Chap pointed this out, every problem that this guy has, this guy has got beautiful wife, beautiful children. He has a business that allows him to afford a really great place, and his, daughter's doing something that makes her happy. This guy has a great life.
Yes.
This guy's life's amazing. All of his perceived problems are all in his head.
Yes.
And they are all, it's not his fault. They were put there by Watchtower. All of his problems are, oh no, my wife isn't serving Jehovah as much as she could. Oh no, my daughter isn't serving Jehovah as much as she should. Oh no, I am now feeling guilty because this proves that I'm a bad family head. I should be able to control my family. And now what if my daughter also goes the wrong way? My kids are going to die at Armageddon if they don't do the right thing. Oh my God, what if we die? Like, everything has to be life or death. Otherwise, you would obviously leave.
Yes, there's no middle ground. Everything is in extremes.
Yep.
If you're not serving Jehovah to your fullest, then you're serving Satan in some capacity, right? If you're not pioneering, then you're inactive. If you're not an elder, then you're just an average Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey!
So there's all of these things where everything is life or death. Everything has extremes. When life doesn't operate like that, life usually operates in the gray areas because that's life.
Yeah.
Because it's complex.
It's pretty rare that you have a clear black and white moral choice in your life.
Correct.
Yeah.
Unless you're Jehovah's Witness, in which case everything is that way. But outside of that environment, that's just not how life works. Life is not like that.
Yeah.
But you're trained to look at the world, at people, at your decisions in that manner, and to have any gray matter involved means that you're not doing something right.
You love talking about Walter White's business that he formed, Gray Matter. I couldn't help but notice.
I was thinking brain because brains are
I know.
referenced as gray matter.
No, Gray Matter. I know, but you said it, and I was like, Gray Matter.
A slave for God and for riches.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm not getting it. What are you trying to say?
Oh, I've not heard
Well,
of
I
this.
guess what I'm
need to
trying
check
to
it
say
out.
is I'm concerned about you.
About me?
About
Yes.
me?
Yes, about you.
I should
And your family. And I'm not talking about financially, right? I'm talking about spiritually. I mean, you're the one who always taught me never to cave into other people's expectations of me. And now it seems like you're the one who's doing that.
Man, what are you talking about, Joe?
Man, come on, get out of here.
Your whole life is changing, man. And not for the better. Look, it's written all over your face.
Listen, you have no idea how much pressure Gloria is putting on
also
me.
bigger than ours.
You don't know what it's like to
100%.
try to balance two
Like,
lives, two
their
worlds, and
dining room
try to make it work.
Yeah.
Probably
Oh, man, you're
size of
right. You're right. I don't know what that's like.
And they still live in the goddamn city.
and the
Because we
goddamn- another sitcom name.
The goddamn city. Living in the goddamn city. I'm so sorry. I'm cursing way more today, too.
Yeah, you are. I don't know what's wrong.
I'm doing everything that people hate, which is pausing a lot. And I forgot the first thing I said.
So don't tell me about not changing for the better.
It's so hot. I'm going like delirious.
All I know is what you taught me. And what you taught me was good, man. You made me look at myself,
That's
my
where you live
my
at,
family, my
actually.
whole Brian. All I know is what you taught me. And what you taught me was good, man.
First of all, I
It
have
made me
I
look
have
at myself,
to
my family, my
because notice his language. He says, "I'm just telling you what you taught me."
Yep.
It's not. I'm just telling you what the Bible says,
Yep.
or what God taught me. Like, it's you.
Yeah.
You as a person.
You know this. You know better. You taught me this stuff from the Bible. So stop fucking up Jehovah's standards, idiot.
Even though it's just men's standards disguised in God's clothing.
A man in God's clothes. What a
the
film
whole
that was.
situation. And I had to ask myself,
do.
do I really know God? Am I truly happy?
Doodly
I mean,
baptized.
what you taught me, Brian, it gave me something new, the new world.
Oh, the
it
new
opened
world
that
order.
up to me. It gave me and Mary and the kids, it gave us all something to live for, Brian.
We were all gonna jump off a bridge.
But now when I look at you, my
Okay.
You keep talking over me.
That was just such a stress, or the stretch. It didn't stand out to be what you're going for, even. Yay. It gave us all something to live for. That's sad. This man had a wife and 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He had something to live for.
He had the American dream.
And he's a tradesman. He knows a useful skill that I'm jealous of. Like, I wish that I knew how to build shit.
Yeah.
Outside of Tears of the Kingdom. You saw some of my contraptions this morning, you know.
I do. And I know that's the only environment you could actually.
And you know how well those worked.
But now when I look at you, my teacher, my brother, my friend, all I see is an unhappy man.
I find this very condescending.
So I thought it'd be a
That's why I've been losing my
kind
mind
thing
the
to
whole
help
time.
you the
It's
way
like,
you
how did I
helped me.
put up with this? How did I
And
not know
made
that
those
people were-
changes in my life, the repairs that you
Because
helped me to make.
So, like,
So
you're not
I just
taking
thought
into consideration
you could
that
use a
I'm
little reminder yourself.
human being, and
Yeah.
that
Frankly.
I know what decisions are happening.
You're not
That would be independent thinking.
Right.
Your intelligence, you're not smarter than Jehovah.
Well,
So he tells me.
He did tell me that he made man in his image. But what about one man?
Whoa, man. No, he made that in a rib cage's image.
I love how you said he made that, not he made women.
That whole women phase that God went through.
I think God is woman.
Wow,
Person
Ariana
that I
Grande,
once
calm
knew.
down.
Man, I gotta go.
Man, I gotta go. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thumbs up the stream. Wow. People holding back.
Thanks for listening.
From did the 2 coins of small value hold back? I started with the 2 coins. I meant to say that
Yeah, the 2 coins.
Next time on,
not-
remember the wife of
the
love.
2
The way you
legs of
live
small value.
reflects on me. You must learn to keep your religion in its place. You could lose all this very easily. Do you understand?
Do you
Think of all we taught the girls when they were little. About putting Jehovah ahead of everything else.
This is your copy here.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Director Williams. This is a nice surprise. I haven't seen you since you were overseeing our division. But, I mean, what brings you here?
Maybe have a moment.
He has a backstory.
How often in the ministry did you run into people that you know? I'm curious. I'm just curious.
One time, I think the entire time I was in the ministry. No. It happened more than that, but maybe twice. Like, it really didn't happen that much.
I just find it very funny.
It's always happening in dramas.
Yes, because Joe ran into his coworker buddy that wood that dropped into the street. And then this other guy, he ran into an ex-colleague. Like, when does that ever happen? I run into more people I know at the store than I would ever in the ministry.
Well, yeah, you know why now? Like, I see people now because I'm actually engaged with my community and we stay in this community.
Yeah.
Like, people, like, I work close to where I live, close to where I shop. So that's just me. I don't know where you live and stuff. I'm just saying that because
far away from you.
I'm just saying you work farther away. I'm just saying that because, you know, I see people at the hospital or
Are they
patients even
dead?
sometimes.
Do you see dead people?
Yeah, I see him at the Kroger. And I'm like, you should not have left the hospital in that condition. But
Oh boy.
okay. So that I think we exhausted for everything we possibly could.
It's true.
Aw, thank you, Lou.
Aw, thank you.
And you know, I gotta say, I don't like to be biased, but I agree that my wife is cute, and that in conjunction with her, I'm a little cute myself. Well,
you're very cute.
We all learned a lot today, didn't we? But hey, you know what? I wanted to talk about something exciting and self-promotion-y, and it might be a bad idea or cringy. I don't know. But anyway,
It
so
can't be as cringy or more cringy than what we just watched.
that's true. I kind of like cooked the books almost, or no? What is it? It's like sometimes
You added the books.
sometimes like you gotta let the stage cool off after a real stinker. You know, like if the opening comic is so bad, whatever you do next is going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm not a comic. I just listen to a lot of podcasts where comedians tell stories.
Amazing. Well said, sir.
Anyway, so I've been, my patrons know this, but I've been working on a novel for young readers for the past year, and I'm working on getting that published, like mainstream, like traditional publishing. But I'm waiting, like that's all in process. And so in the meantime, I've been working on a book that I want to self-publish just for fun, because it's about XJW stuff, but it's not an autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
We have both gotten super into horror.
Mm-hmm.
We love exorcism movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think in particular, I don't know, what is your favorite genre of horror movie? Like, is it like, I think it's demon
feel
stuff, right? Like supernatural or paranormal.
I do like that stuff. I think that's probably my go-to when I
Yeah.
do watch horror, but I feel like I'm getting more into like slasher films.
That I was wondering, because we've
Mhm.
watched a few slashers recently. What was a good horror movie that we watched recently, by the way?
La Llorona?
La Llorona? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was mid, wasn't it? But it was okay.
It was. Yeah, it was mid.
Oh, Talk to Me.
Oh,
was
yes. Oh, it was so good.
That's some good shit. Well, anyway, watch Talk to Me, and then watch this trailer that I made for a book.
No, other way around. Watch this trailer and then go watch Talk to Me.
And then we will talk to you. No, anyway, so I wrote or I'm writing, it's not done. I'm working on self-publishing a book just because I felt like, I think that like horror and like cult stuff in particular, like does well in that space. And it's really just something that I wrote kind of for myself and weirdos like me who are used to be in a cult. But the other day I was super stoned and started to work on just like a mood board, pulling clips for them talking about demons, because I really like possession stories. And I ended up just making a kind of dorky trailer. So this is that.
For more than 100 years, Jehovah's Witnesses have proclaimed the Bible's message that God's kingdom will rid the world of wickedness, restore the earth to paradise, and raise mankind to perfection. Sharing this truth, however, has often resulted in persecution from powerful institutions. But why has such a positive message elicited such a negative reaction?
What will you do in the face of Satan's attack?
What's the identity of Gog and Magog? When, why, and how will Gog attack Jehovah's people?
Being a publisher of the good news is a privilege that Satan seeks to attack.
We model ourselves after the first century Christian congregation in almost every way, Ben. Every way except for one: works of the Spirit. Some first century apostles could heal the sick, speak in tongues, expel demons. Yet this is an area we as Jehovah's people have neglected, and because we are not like false religions in Satan's world, when Jehovah's people encounter new information, we investigate.
Who do you think are Satan's primary targets? We are.
Man, I gotta tell you what, I never get nervous doing streams anymore and haven't for years. I got really nervous doing that because I was like, oh no, this is actually about something I care about. But anyway, yeah, I'm working on this novel. Basically, it is a exorcism story about using the real world mythology of Jehovah's Witnesses. It is essentially about a demon entity that starts getting passed around like a virus at a small town Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses in rural Ohio. And a member of the Bethel branch is sent to investigate. It follows him as he begins to investigate this demonic entity, which leads him to Russell's early writings on demons. And it follows a Pomey character whose daughter starts to act demonized. She feels guilty and is drawn back to the congregation because she feels guilty and thinks it's her fault that the demons are coming. So that is the general vibe of the story so far. It's been really fun to work on, and that's I'm hoping to be done. Yeah, Midwest Gothic with khakis. Exactly. Yeah. So
I love that description.
You know that feeling of being in like a dank apartment complex with really long hallways and fluorescent lighting, and you're knocking on strangers' doors and you have that moment where you realize that you're doing something really weird?
Yeah.
I wanted to capture that moment. So it's been interesting.
I feel like there's a lot of, I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
I was just gonna say, I feel like there's a lot of those like luminescent hallway buildings in Ohio that I didn't experience where I'm from.
Yeah, because you grew up in Oregon. Yeah.
In a small town, and any of the apartments that we went to never really had that atmosphere. And then coming here, I feel like there's a ton, especially on campus.
Yeah, like the I grew up in Marysville, Ohio, which is still rural in a lot of parts, but was much more rural when I was growing up, and we had territory all over the place. And so I grew up doing a lot of rural territory, long drives with just these flat country plains. You're miles away from the next house, and you go up to some weird hoarder's house and you see like creepy shit just stacked all over the yard, and they got some dog that's like 90 years old.
Yeah, and the dog is actually just a demon.
Yeah, maybe. Spoiler alert. Not really. But anyway, I just wanted to say that I have been finding that setting deadlines for myself motivates me to finish it. So now
that you guys know about it,
now I have to do it.
Absolutely.
And also I finished a novel, so I feel confident in doing it. But basically, I know it's a little cringy and like pretentious to talk about, but Halloween of this year, hopefully, or never, but no, hopefully Halloween. Yeah, if you want, I don't know. I've thought about like, should I post like chapters on Patreon and kind of tease it out or something? I don't know. I'll talk about it more when I get closer to release, but I just wanted to tease it. This won't be an annoying thing where I talk about it every single week because it's not a thing. But when it is a thing, I'll talk about it. Follow your dreams is what we're saying.
You know what? Follow your dreams.
Legit though.
No,
like,
I agree.
You're going to school. I've really tried to focus on stuff that I've always wanted to do, and some of that is going to be on YouTube this year, and some of that is going to be in writing. So
yeah, and I think that for me this year, it'll be successfully getting through school.
Yeah.
And graduating and taking care of my mental health.
Yeah.
I think that as ex-JWs, we're still in the mindset of, mental health isn't the priority. It's other things. And I think that we're coming to grips with the fact that in order to be successful or happy in our success, whatever level that is, we have to take care of our mental health. So
yeah. Well, don't worry. I will wait until it's complete until I share anything. I won't be like annoying and share like a rough draft of chapters and be like, don't read that last post because I changed it. Like, I'll only share it when it's done. I've learned my lesson from being a cringy teenager who liked to write blogs. So anyway,
cringy teenager, but I can't.
Cringy teenager.
Oh boy. I think it's time to end this stream. I can't talk anymore.
The intro was funny. Let's end it by playing that. But thanks everybody. We had a blast. Thanks if you donated. The next video on my channel will probably be a banger. It's going to be about a conspiracy theory. Can you believe it? Holy
Can you believe
shit.
it?
We're going to start some fights this year, baby. Let's go. Hopefully not. But yeah, probably.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Wait, no. Don't end the stream. Play the thing where his head explodes.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey! What did I just say?
Put this furniture back and get ready for dinner.
I've decided something. I decided that I want us all to start studying the Bible together.
What? You mean you want to become a priest?
Come on, Rick.